Thanks very much for tuning in to Saturday's video. Today's video is looking at the late part of June. We're going to see how conditions may shape up across the UK for this late part of June. As you currently know, we're in these unsettled conditions and they're driving in rain and also wind to the UK. But there are chances now as we go through towards the late part of June, towards the end of June, that we'll start to see better conditions developing across the UK and the moles, and also some of the climate processes starting to hint now at this idea of better weather coming into the UK. This will mean less rainfall and also less cool conditions, starting to migrate into the warmer conditions, high pressure, starting to set up over the UK towards the later part of June. This is the current NAO forecast, the NAO observed, and also forecast, the observed is the black line, and the forecast is the red line, and we're currently in this sort of neutral factor category, and we move through towards positive next few days, but then we dip down back towards negative look, and this is all indicating the idea of unsettled conditions now currently the next few days too, and then we try and dip down back towards negatives. Our high pressure starts to move up from the Azores and towards the UK, it tries to retrogress, and then it builds a high pressure theme across the UK, blocks off the low pressure systems, blocks off the usual jet stream, and then tries to give us better conditions. Now always with anything up more than about 5 or 6 days, it's very uncertain, so it's always going to change, very uncertain. So do come back, stay tuned to the forecast here on the latest weather video page and also the post page as well. And the MJO, I should just mention, the MJO was using the forecast for mid-June turning unsettled. Around the end part of May, I did say that this middle part of June we were turning more settled. We were seeing more areas of rain and also wind, and the MJO has been fairly successful in that. So I'm going to use this with a bit more liability this time, and to see how it will shape up, how successful this will be for the late part of June. We're currently in this phase 4 category look, and then we try and go through to phase 5 next few days. That's indicating unsettled conditions. Let's just put a U there for unsettled conditions, and then look what happens. We go through towards neutral stages, and then we try and push through towards a sort of phase 6, phase 7, phase 8 category, and that will lead to high pressure starting to build up from the Azores and push through to the UK. So this is all again indicating us this idea of better conditions in terms of high pressure starting to come back to the UK, and this will mean warmer and also settled conditions, but it's very uncertain. I'll say anything more than about 5 to 10 days is quite uncertain, so do keep checking back to the forecast right here on CassimsWeatherWatcher.com. And looking at the models, well, the East MWF so far is not picking up on this idea of high pressure coming to the UK. It's still got a westerly flow look by this date, by the 25th of May. This is when you start to expect better conditions to work through to the UK. But it's trying look to build blocking in here. It's got blocking in here, so there is a chance of, say, better conditions. But I'd say the East MWF I don't think has got a handle on things so very good for the end part of June. I think it's still got a long way to go, and as we go through the next few days, we should start to see more blocking on the East MWF runs, on the operation ones, and also on the ensemble runs as we go through towards the end part of June. And by comparison, the GFS has got the better conditions in. Quite cool at the moment. We try to build better conditions in the UK through towards the weekend. I do think we'll see in southern parts of the UK through next week, especially through towards the end of next week and the start too of warm weather, especially across the sort of southern parts of England and South Wales too. And then we go back to cool up on the GFS for the end of next week and to start of the week after next. And then look what happens. We slowly pick temperatures back up and rainfall dies off a little bit, but we've still got some rainfall. Our temperatures start to come back up, look, across this sort of end part of June to start July. So I think the GFS ensemble has started to build or develop this idea of things turning milder or warmer through the end part of June, and high pressure starting to come back to the UK with warmer and also better conditions starting to come back towards the UK through towards the end part of June. So thanks very much for tuning in to CassimsWeatherWatcher.com. Thanks very much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out today's post. You can do that on the sidebar on the widgets. You can find a post widget, and you can just go through to the latest post there, latest blog, and check out that one. Thanks very much for doing that. Hope this has given you good indications to where things are going for June. If we just get out of these cool conditions we've got now, then we should be alright through towards the end part of June. So thanks very much for tuning in, and see you later.